What's good, everybody? We got our rookie mock draft. We got our startup mock draft. We'll be doing this every Wednesday night. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate y'all as always. But we got landing spots, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. We got some landing spots, so let me pull it up here so we can check out the landing spots before we start, which will be in about 5 minutes. We got the rookie draft going, and then in about 45 minutes, we got the startup mock going on. So let's check out. I tried to find a 3 round mock. It's hard. There's not a lot of them out there. This was one particular one that I found, so fuck it, we'll go with it. But Bryce Young comes off the board. So Bryce Young comes off at the 102 to the Texans, and then CJ Stroud to the Colts. We've got Will Levis to the Raiders, and Anthony Richardson to the Panthers. So all four QBs come off the board in the top 10. Quentin Johnson comes off to the Texans as well. So they pair up Bryce Young with Quentin Johnston there, first wide receiver for the board. And then we've got Michael Mayer comes off next at 18 to the Lions. So Michael Mayer is a Lion in this one. Bijan comes off at the 19th pick to the Bucks. So Bijan to the Bucks. Interesting. Okay. But this is why we don't go out and buy running backs right now. Don't get all hyped up about Rashard White and that he's going to be the 3 down guy, because he's most likely not going to be the 3 down guy. So Bijan to the Bucks. We got JSN to the Ravens. I guess I don't necessarily love it because you do have Andrews there. You got Bateman there as well, who I do like. But Jackson Smith could be, he could be another go-to guy if they start to throw the ball a little bit more. And then Jordan Addison comes off to the Jaguars at 25. So you pair up Jordan Addison with Trevor Lawrence. Still got Ridley there. You still got Kirk there. So not a bad spot. I like that for the Jaguars. Jordan Addison to the Jags. We've got Kincaid to the Bengals. That's a great spot for Kincaid. Pass catching tight end now goes to one of the most, you know, best offenses in the NFL now with Burrow. All right, second round. So that was the first round there. We've got second round. Hyatt goes to the Panthers. Yes, he's a deep ball threat. Zay Flowers goes to the Titans. They just did release young wide receivers there in Tennessee. Josh Downs to the Browns. I like that. Pair him up with Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper. Okay. We got Boutte goes to the Packers. Boutte to the Packers. Musgrave, Washington. Okay. Jahmyr Gibbs to the Dolphins. There's a big one there. So Gibbs goes to the Dolphins. Darnell Washington. The Chargers. Tanner McKee here goes to Seattle. We've got A-Chain to the Bills. Wow. Okay. Sheed Rice to the Giants, and then A-Chain to the Bills. Okay. Charbonnet to the Cardinals. Daniel Dell to the Patriots. So we've got Cedric Tillman to the Cowboys. Okay. Hutchinson to the Bills. That's a good spot for him. Parker Washington to the Chiefs. Okay. Good spot there. Good spot there. Let's get this rookie mock ready to go. Let's randomize this bad boy. Boom. We wound up with the 8th pick. That is all right. Decent spot. Kind of right in the middle, though. I'd rather prefer at the end or at the beginning, but let's see. Let's see what happens here. So it's 10:05. Hoping to get everybody in here. Doesn't look like everybody's in yet, so. Come on, guys, get in. Hopefully, we don't got no auto drafts. I'll give it one more minute. It's 10:05 now, but who knows? Maybe we're a minute ahead, minute behind. I think I got it set on a minute timer, so hopefully everybody can get in here. Wow. So not a lot of running backs really went at all. Surprisingly, A Chain went before a lot of other guys. All right, so let's start this up. Looks like we've got mostly everybody in here. All right, so here we go. We expect Bijan to go first, of course. I don't know if there's any other way that Bijan wouldn't go first. You do have the one-on-one, and you don't want to take Bijan just because your team is in shambles and you got to rebuild. Maybe just trade down from that pick, or you can take him and then trade him. So, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson goes next. Wow, before Stroud, then Gibbs goes. So Gibbs went to the Dolphins, which was a great spot. We've got Stroud, JSN. There goes Stroud. There goes Stroud. Where did Yeah, Levis went to the Raiders. Okay. And Johnson to the Texans. And JSN was a Raven in this one. And Jordan Addison was a Jaguar. So we got some decent landing spots. And that's why we do this exercise, because you never know where these guys are going to go. And some of these spots, some of these spots could be right. But all right, so we got two more picks until me. Addison to Charbonnet, I like as well. This pick. So JSN goes there, and let's see what goes before me. Will Levis goes, of course. So now I got between Johnston and Addison, or I could go Charbonnet. Let's go with Johnson. Let's go with the upside. He's going over there with a new QB with Bryce Young. So let's take that pairing. Let's take the upside. You figure something like that is going to happen. They are going to take a QB and a wide receiver, most likely. Do they go with CJ Stroud and JSN, or do they go with Bryce Young and JSN, Quentin Johnson, Addison? Let's see. Let's see what happens if they even decide to actually do that QB and wide receiver. They should, because they need guys on offense as well. And if at least you can start building around, you got a new QB, at least get him some weapons or guys that he can grow with at least. So Will Levis, Quentin Johnston goes at the 1-8. And let's see. Looks like we're gonna have an auto here. All right, so Jordan Addison comes off there, and Jordan Addison in this. Where'd he go? To the Jaguars. So Jordan Addison's a Jaguar here. We've got Kincaid that went to the Bengals. Where did Michael Mayer go again? Michael Mayer went to the Lions. We've got Zay Flowers to the Titans, Josh Downs to the Browns, Hyatt to the Panthers. We've got Boutte to the Packers, Musgrave to Washington, Gibbs to the Dolphins, Darnell Washington to the Chargers, Rashid Rice to the Giants. A Chain goes to the Bills in the end of the second round there. Charbonnet goes to the Cardinals in the early third here. And we had Hutchinson to the Bills, Tillman to the Cowboys in the third. So those are just some of the other landing spots. Parker Washington to the Chiefs in the third as well. Sam Laporta goes to the Giants. So there goes Charbonnet, and then Michael Mayer. And so we've got Butte, Downs. Did Evans did I miss Evans? See if Evans went in this. Yeah, so Zach Evans goes to the Bengals. So the Bengals get wow, the Bengals take Kincaid and Evans. That's actually a really good. Zay Flowers goes there. Where was Flowers? Yeah, Flowers is the Titans here after they just released Robert Woods. So not a bad spot. Start off with Flowers and Burks as your two young wide receivers there. Marty was good, brother. What is good? Hendon Hooker. Okay, I don't think Hendon Hooker went in this draft. In this particular draft that we're using. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm missing it. I see Tanner McKee goes to Seattle in the second, but all right, there goes Butte, there goes A Chain. Don't forget A Chain. Guys went to the Bills. There goes Jalen Hyatt, who went to the Panthers. Bigsby Evans. Downs went to the Browns. He's still on the board. Sean Tucker didn't get taken. Miller didn't get taken. Tillman and Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice to the Giants. He takes Josh Downs. I wanted to take Downs there. Let's go with. Might have to go with Rashid Rice here. Actually, let's go with. Let's go with. Where's my tape went? Let's see. Musgrave goes to Washington. I don't know. Washington goes to the Chargers. You know, let's go with Rashid Rice. We take Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice going to the Giants. They've got no wide receivers there. Big guy. There goes Tucker and then Tillman. So Dell went to the Patriots. Just going off, reading off some guys that are still on the board here. Tillman went to the Cowboys, so that was a good spot there. Hutchinson goes to the Bills. Could have went with Hutchinson there. Worker Washington to the Chiefs. So these are some of the guys that are still on the board. Laporta is a giant as well, tight end. Once we get into kind of that middle of the third, there's going to be all guys that have not been probably chosen in this three round mock, but that's all right. It's hard to find anything longer than that. If anybody is out there that finds anything longer than a 3 round mock, let me know. But let's see, Deuce Vaughn is still out there. Kenny McIntosh. They just didn't get picked in the 3 round mock. So Hutchinson, let's put him on the queue here. Hutchinson, Parker Washington. I'm probably going to get sniped now for everybody that's Washington. Nathaniel Dell for everybody that's washing. Nathaniel Dell. Washington, Musgrave. So Washington is Darnell Washington is still out there. He went to the Chargers, which is, I mean, it's an excellent spot. There goes Dell. So it looks like hoping Parker Washington makes it back to me. Let's make sure. Let's hopefully I don't get sniped here. See what happens. Hutchinson. I mean, that's a awesome pick and a great spot. I mean, the Bills, they need that number 2 wide receiver. I've been saying it. Gabe Davis is not it. But they definitely need, and they've shown it. I mean, they can't just go on with Diggs. They need running back help. They need another wide receiver. You need something else other than just Diggs and Allen because they can't make it past. There goes Chase Brown. Okay, that's a good pick there. And Tanner McKee. Oh, excuse me. Where did McKee go? I said I think he went to the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Seahawks in the second round. So that's a good spot. Still the tight ends on the board. Musgrave. Oh, there go. Darnell Washington went. So we've got still Musgrave who went to Washington. Tucker Kraft. I don't think he was taken. Sam Laporta was taken to the Giants. Oh shit, it's my pick, and I'm sitting here bullshit. We got to go with Parker Washington. Got to go with Parker Washington to the Chiefs. Hell yeah. Could you see the Bills trading for T. Higgins? Yeah, possibly. I mean, good young wide receiver. D Hop, yeah, I could see D Hop as well. I don't know if they would want D Hop. I could see the younger guy going with Higgins just to pair up with Diggs for a while. D Hop, it's possible, but I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's got to pay T. Higgins. That's the problem. Can the Bills afford to pay T. Higgins? I'm not sure what their cap situation is looking like, but you got Josh Allen, you got Stephon Diggs. Really it, I think, on offense, as far as big contracts. But Deuce Vaughn goes. And Deuce Vaughn is just a tricky guy. We don't know what's going to happen. We really, really have to wait for the NFL draft to see what they feel about him because he was like a workhorse guy, but he's tiny. There goes Musgrave, Stenson Bennett, the like 25-year-old, about to be rookie. Yeah, but D Hop has got just a lot of miles. He's just older, just in general. D Hop's been doing it for a long time. But I mean, they're both kind of in the same boat as far as dynasty is concerned. I mean, I don't want either of them on my team. Not that Diggs or D Hop is not going to put up elite numbers. They very well can. I just want to get out at maximum value. I don't like to die with any of these older players on my team. You know, if you had Julio Jones, I mean, if you didn't get rid of him, I mean, what now? Like you got nothing in return, so you got to rely on the rest of the value on your team. You know, for me, I just want to keep replenishing that value, just keep that in a cycle. And that's why you try and build up, with some of these young elite players so that you can, compete for a long period of time and you have that value. So if shit breaks down or you get injuries, you've got pieces on your team that you can move for other pieces. It's all about the value. You don't have to like the particular player, but if people value that player high, it's valuable to have that player so you can ship them off and get what you do want or what you do need. So yeah, bro. I've got D Hop in Dynasty. Hope he gets traded. Then I'll trade him when he get. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Once they see him in training camp, catch a couple passes. You know how it is. Once we start seeing highlights, when we saw Allen Robinson catch the fade, in practice, from Stafford, and that happened what like once during the regular season. I mean, we got fooled. But yeah, that's just what happens with players and when people see things. So yeah, I absolutely want to get rid of D Hop just for straight value purposes, not really based on performance. Even though that performance is going to start decline. Well, it already did start declining, but it's going to diminish sooner or later. And these guys just fall off a cliff. On Thursdays I'm going to be on Hustlers Network, and I'm going to be showing you guys some reasons why. I'm going to show you some statistics and why, and when these players fall off the cliff and why we should get rid of them before that just to maximize on value. A lot of people put production way ahead of the age and the value portion of it. And you always want to win and you want to have good players on your team and you want to score points, but at the same time you want to be able to compete for a championship each and every year, not for a year or 2 years and then you're at the bottom for a while because it's hard to get back up. We've got all right, Tucker Kraft, Roshan, Eric Gray. Oh shit, it's my pick now. So yeah, Sam Laporte is still there. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with him at this point. I don't really love anybody that's left. I mean, Kenny McIntosh do like as well. Didn't get picked in this draft, but let's go with the young. Okay, let's just go with Laporta. We went all wide receivers and a tight end. We didn't even go running back at all. But yeah, not much left here, and none of these guys were chosen in the actual mock draft that we're looking at as far as those landing spots. So looking forward to it. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And guys, again, there's no right or wrong way to play Dynasty. I always want to make that clear. It's okay to disagree with people. Everybody's going to have players valued, differently, and how they want to play on their Dynasty team. And depending on who you're playing with, I mean, some of these leagues people join and they last a year, 2 years, 3 years. I mean, they don't even last long, because once teams start becoming shit, after those old guys and all that productions goes and you have nobody on your team and people just wound up quitting. There's orphans all the time. So it's hard. You got to get, a bunch of people that are really going to be into it. This way they don't fuck up the league for you. There goes Laporte, Valde, let's see, Allen. No, we had some McIntosh. Okay, perfect. I mean, typically this is how it's gonna go in the back end here. But yeah, we wound up with let's get shit out of here. So Quentin Johnston, Rasheed Rice. So Quentin Johnson went to the Texans, Rasheed Rice went to the Giants, Parker Washington to the Chiefs, and Laporta to the Giants there. Let's start from the front here. Let's see. Bijan, who went to the Bucks. Hooker wasn't taken. I don't think Mims taken. Remember if Mims was chosen. Run through this real quick. Sheep right. I don't think Mims was. No, Tillman, Hutchinson, Washington. No, Mims wasn't. But all right, Tucker Craft, which is a good tight end. There's a bunch of good tight ends in this draft coming out, guys. So just keep an eye out on some of these tight ends if they wound up in good spots. I mean, the Chargers are going to be looking for a tight end. Jaguars possibly if they don't re-sign Evan Ingram. I mean, he's going to cost some money. Do they pay him or do they not? So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It was Richardson drafted above Stroud. Let me see. Oh, let me pull this up for y'all so y'all can see it too. We had Stroud go to the Colts. We had Anthony Richardson go to the Panthers. So I mean, they both went in the top 10 here. So it's just a matter of kind of preference, really, at that point. Anthony Richardson has like the highest upside in this class. Like this guy can be superstar. But at the same time, he's got the lowest floor, so like he can easily just bust. So, do you want to take the chance and go with Anthony Richardson, or do you want to go with C.J. Stroud? I mean, rough. I love C.J. Stroud. I mean, big QB. He's got the body type that we look for. Player, obviously. I mean, up for the Heisman every year. Well, for me, I'm going with CJ Stroud, especially that he was picked fourth. So he was picked, in the top five, which, believe it or not, I mean, it does make a difference. And the Colts are just a better spot almost. I don't know. Malik Willis vibes. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing where we thought, Malik Willis really wasn't great passing. I mean, Richardson's not great passing either, but I feel like Richardson is just a better, like he understands a lot more and he can do a lot more than what Malik Willis could do. And everybody had Malik Willis possibly going in the first round. And then once he fell in the NFL draft, That was it. He's done. He was done after that, and we saw even now. I mean, horrible. Can't throw a pass. They had to get him the hell off the field. They had to bring in a whole nother quarterback to start. They couldn't even trust this guy to play in the games. And granted, maybe they took him and said, yeah, it's a project. We know he's not ready. We know he can't play. But at the same time, like once these guys don't get drafted in the first round, it's like you might as well just get out or not draft him. I mean, Jalen Hurts was a second round pick, so it just all depends, man. It all depends. But a guy like Anthony Richardson, where he's so hit or miss, like if he doesn't go in the first round, then that means the NFL just doesn't think highly of him. So at that point, you got to just get out. But let's see, Bryce Young, Boutte, Kendre Miller, and Roshan. So Bryce Young went to the Texans here, and Boutte, where did Boutte go? The Packers. Yeah, Boutte went to the Packers. Anthony Richardson, A Chain, who went to the Bills in this draft. We had Xavier Hutchinson go to I keep forgetting the Bills. That's right. That was a good pick there. Jameer Gibbs, Jalen Hyatt. I mean, that guy's going to be a boom bust, hit or miss. He just got the deep ball. I mean, he doesn't have a good route tree. He doesn't run good routes. He can't get separation really unless he's on that deep ball. I don't know. He's just going to be tough. It's going to be depending where he goes. He's going to be one of those hit or miss kind of prospects. Dale went to the Patriots here, which isn't a horrible spot. Good route runner. He's just small. He's just a very small guy. So I don't know how the NFL is really going to view Dell. Tank Bigsby didn't go in this particular draft, but CJ Stroud, who we just talked about, went to the Colts. Darnell Washington to the Chargers. We had JSN to the Ravens. We had Zach Evans go to the Bengals. So that was good. And then McKee went to the Seahawks actually in the second round. So that was interesting. You've got, probably Geno Smith for another year if they franchise him. And then they've got McKee kind of waiting in the wings. We'll see. I mean, not the greatest prospect. I mean, he's okay, but Will Levis, another one where these guys are just projects. That's the biggest thing. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis are both more projects that they need to kind of piece everything together. They've got all the immense tools that you're looking for, in QBs, but they need to put it all together. They need to get better passing the football, reading defenses, all that kind of stuff. Bryce Young and CJ Stroud a little bit more NFL ready, can most likely hop right in and be okay. We'll see what happens. But Josh Downs, Chase Brown, Quentin Johnson, right? We went over mine already. Jordan Addison. Where'd Addison go again? Jaguars. That's right. Addison to the Jaguars. Tucker wasn't picked. Bourne wasn't picked, but sent to the Jags. I like it. I mean, a guy that can grow there. I mean, I think he's better than Christian Kirk, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Christian Kirk at all. Ridley maybe for the first season or two, but don't forget. I mean, Addison's gonna. They don't even have his age up here, but he's what 21, 22. I mean, Addison's gonna be a guy for the long run. Albert, what up, Albert? We've got the startup draft coming up in 15 minutes. If y'all want to hang around for that, or any just dynasty questions in general, rookie questions, throw them out there. Max Charbonnet went to a good spot. Where did he go again? Cardinals, I think it was. Yeah, he went to the Cardinals in the third, and then Tillman went to the Cowboys. So good spot there for Tillman. I even like it for Charbonnet because once Connor's done, I mean, then they come out with another 3-down workhorse in Charbonnet, or at least the first 2 downs. They still got Keontae Ingram, who I do like, but he's not going to be taking over the backfield at all. So I like that for Charbonnet. Nico Mayer, Izzy, which is a good pick. He didn't get drafted here, but Musgrave went to Washington. Yeah, Musgrave went to Washington. So would you trade your first round pick in a startup for 2 first round rookie picks? Probably not, especially if it's super flex. It's just too important to get your QB. Those first couple rounds are the rounds that you want to try and build your team around. So you want to get some of those young studs that you can build around. So I don't particularly love trading in general in drafts. I mean, but yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable, I don't think, doing that because we don't know where those first round picks are gonna land also. You have no idea. If they're 2 back end first, I mean, I think you just got screwed there, you know? So, it's tough, bro. It's tough. Yo, AJ, what's good, brother? Um, I sent you the link, bro, so just hit that shit. Sent you the link on Instagram, so if you wanna hop in, just hit that, brother. Uh, Wish list, what's good, bro? He said, "Better bring your A game in our league. I'm coming for you, handsome." Oh man, I'm coming for all y'all. I play in a lot more superflex than one QB. I don't know. I just love the superflex part of it. It's just more interesting. You got to think a lot more. There's a lot more things that's going on. Interesting rookie mock you got. Yeah, bro. We did the landing spots, AJ. I don't know if you saw it. Bro, hop on if just check on Instagram. I sent you the link if you want to hop on with me quick. But yeah, we had landing spots for this, so that's why some players went in certain areas. I think I've got it pinned up there on YouTube. So if you hit that, you can actually check out the lineup there. Yes, what up, brother? We're starting at 10:45. We got the startup mock coming up. 10:45. So yeah, we're just gonna chill for a little bit. I'll go over the landing spots again one more time. This way, everybody can make sure we get that. I used to hate Superflex, but now I can't go one QB anymore. I know it's rough going one QB. It's just a lot different. I mean, when you put the Superflex aspect into it, especially in Dynasty, I mean, it makes the picks more valuable. It makes people trade a lot more. I mean, there's just so many different, ways that you can play in Superflex. So many different strategies that you can use. So, I mean, the players, everything, the values change. It's more fun. It makes it harder. You got to think a lot more. There's kind of a lot more that you got to put into it. At least I feel like. Yeah, Bijan to the Bucks in this one. Bijan to the Bucks. So whoever's got Rashard White dreams got crushed if this actually happens, bro. Yeah, AJ, click on the in the link there. I think it's like I got it attached or I got it pinned on the chat there in YouTube. I'll send it out again if y'all don't see it there. Give me a second. I'll send that out again. All right, I think I just posted it there again. You should be able to click on it. My weight sh- my weight shares in the trash. Listen, I mean, he was what, a fifth round pick? I mean, ugh, yeah, it's you can't rely on it. Could he next season maybe be the guy? Yes, just because of the situation, but within the next year or two, I mean, they'll have somebody there. I don't think they see him as the workhorse guy. I think they might like him for that third down role. So, you know, it's gonna be tough there. The Hammer joined in for a second, but yeah, AJ, like I said, if you're free there, hop in. All right, so yeah, we got 10 minutes. Let me start pulling up the mock there. This way we can start getting into that. John, what up, brother? Where am I? All right, let's pull up the. Yeah, that was a rookie one. We've got the startup coming up, bro. Coming up. Would you trade White for a 202 rookie? Yeah, I'll take the 202 rookie over White. My personality reminds me of Theo Vaughn. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Vals, what up, by the way? Interesting, yeah, bro. I don't believe half the things he says, but he's funny. I would gotta stay in chat for tonight. Can barely keep my eyes open. Oh, come on, AJ, you're young, brother. You're young. You gotta, man. You sleep when you die, brother. I'm tired too, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta be here for the people, for all y'all. Thanks everybody for tuning in, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. We got this Superflex startup mock about to pop off. I will randomize the places, randomize everything once we are about to start. But we got the positions that we got the positions. We got all the landing spots, guys. Make sure to check in the chat. I got the landing spot pinned there so you can see where these rookies went in this particular draft. And let me pull it up. Let's go. Let's go over it again real quick. Why we're here. We got Bryce Young went to the Texans, CJ Stroud to the Colts, Levis to the Raiders, Anthony Richardson to the Panthers, Quentin Johnson to the Texans. So Texans go Bryce Young and Quentin Johnson, pair them up. So they give him at least a weapon. We've got Michael Mayer to the Lions. So replacing TJ Hawkinson, they go out and get Michael Mayer. Bijan, the spot. We've always been we're waiting and waiting. Where's he going to go? When this one, he went to the Bucks. So Rashad White, trash now. JSN goes to the Ravens. Jordan Addison to the Jaguars. Kincaid to the Bengals, which is an awesome spot. I even love the Addison to the Jaguar spot. JSN to the Ravens. It's very possible. Hopefully Lamar gets back. If Lamar's not there, then I don't know. Kincaid to the Bengals. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. That was a good one there. We got Jalen Hyatt to the Panthers. Zay Flowers to the Titans. Josh Downs to the Browns, which is a really good spot for him. Zay Flowers goes to the Titans. Pair him up with Burks. Uche goes to the Packers. They go out and get another wide receiver for, I guess, Jordan Love. I mean, listen, Jordan Love, he wasn't that good. He looked good the last time we saw him, but guys, let's be serious. If Aaron Rodgers can't take that team somewhere, do we really think that Jordan Love is going to take them somewhere? I mean, let's be for real, right? Hell week. Yeah, yeah, that's like every week, bro. I'm gonna be kind of pumped the Vikes got Ringo. Yeah, bro. I've been seeing if he falls, that'd be crazy if the Vikings get Ringo. I've seen a bunch where we're getting Anthony Richardson. If Anthony Richardson falls down the board, I've seen that. So we'll see what happens. But Luke Musgrave goes to Washington. Jahmyr Gibbs to the Dolphins. That's a fucking awesome spot. That's like not even fair almost. Tanner McKee to Seattle. Darnell Washington to the Chargers. Rashid Rice to the Giants. A-Chain goes to the Bills in the second round, which is just, I don't know, surprising, I guess. We've got Charbonnet goes to the Cardinals in the third. Bell goes to the Patriots. Hope I'm not skipping anybody. Let me know if I'm skipping anybody going down this list here. Cedric Tillman to the Cowboys, which is a great spot. Xavier Hutchinson to the Bills, which is a great spot. Zach Evans to the Bengals, which is a great spot. Parker Washington to the Chiefs. So a bunch of nice third-round spots for some of these guys here. Sam Laporta to the Giants. So that's what we're looking at. That is what we're looking at. All right, let's get this rookie draft out of here. And all right, catches in there. All right, so we've got 5 minutes. We're gonna pop this off. We'll randomize it and then get this started. So let's see where everybody's valuing players at. Let's see now that we have some landing spots where some of these guys are going. And I mean, I did a mock draft. We did a startup yesterday on Hustler's channel, and just seeing some of the values, people value certain things at, and in his communities, everybody's different. Every player's going to value things differently. So that's why I love getting on mocks with different people, different communities, kind of see where everybody is, valuing certain players at, picks at. It's always good to know, where the community's valuing things at, not just what you value things at. So just ran one of these with the community. Excited to draft for y'all. Yeah, Catch just ran one. Catch is constantly running them too. Shout out to Catch for jumping in here. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's got kind of the same idea as me. Just kind of see where values are at, see where other people, other communities are valuing things, because it's important to know that, especially in the off season. Stay in touch with what's going on. Always stay a step ahead. People don't want to value certain players, then what trades you can make. You know who you can go after, who you can try and buy low. Values change daily, weekly, with news. I mean, every little thing that comes out, values are changing up and down. So if you ever want to draft with us, let me know, bro. Yeah, Catch, definitely, definitely, definitely. I'll hit you up, bro. I mean, I know you do them a lot more than I do. I do it once a week over here, bro. Yeah, Marty, make sure, I think you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow on Instagram, because that's where I send out everything. I got a group chat on Instagram as well. I send it out in the group chat first. So all of y'all get a chance to hop in first, and then I send it out on my story. I'll post it on Facebook everywhere. So yeah, next week, brother. Every Wednesday, I'll be putting out my schedule. I think tomorrow we switched up the schedule for when our live shows are gonna be. And now I got the show on Hustler's channel, so I'll put everything out there. I'll post it tomorrow. This way, everybody can see where y'all can find me. Um, but I'll be on, 3 nights, three nights a week. All right, so we got 2 minutes here. Let's randomize this shit. Let's randomize this. Boom. Oh, we get to 12. Shit. Okay, I like it. Um, we've got Catch one's up at 2 there. Jonah Bro 1. Philip 3. White Shooter 5. Big Diaz energy, hyping up the chat earlier. Appreciate you, brother. Love the energy over there. Big trust. All right, so yeah, we got almost everybody in here. We're about to start in 2 minutes. Let me put in the chat. Starting in two, y'all. Let everybody know when we starting. Yeah, if everybody out there, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you're not, make sure you're following on Instagram, Dynasty Life Fantasy. This way, you guys can get in these mock drafts. We'll be doing them every week. We'll do a rookie mock and we'll do a startup mock, just so we can practice, stay in tune with things. We'll have some fun. We'll take some of the most recent mocks. This way we have, where some of these guys are being drafted. And you can find that right in the chat there. So make sure y'all do that. All right, 1 minute, and then we are starting. Looks like we are starting to get everybody up in here. But we get the back half pick. It's gonna be tough. What do we do? Do we go Bijan? Do we go wide receiver, depending who's there? CD? Do we go two QBs? Problem is that if I don't go two QBs, what's going to come back to me is going to be bad. It's going to be very slim pickings as far as QBs are concerned. So I could wait on the QB, but we'll see who's on the board and what we decide to do. Guys, never automatically just go in and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to draft this way. You have to wait and see who's on the board when you pick, because that can change things. So, if everybody goes QB and JJ or Chase is still on the board, like, I'm inclined to go one of those, because all the top QB talent went off the board. I'm not going to take a bottom half QB talent and pass up on, some of the top wide receivers. So AJ Brown or CMC, AJ Brown over CMC for me in Dynasty. I particularly don't like drafting running back. The way that I draft, or the way that I try and build my teams, build up my wide receivers, And then my wide receivers, make sure I got my QBs, make sure I got my tight ends. I worry about running back last. Just too many things change from year to year. They get injured way too much. So hopefully there's no. Hopefully everybody's up in here, and we don't got to have any damn auto picks. 10:45. I'm a man of my word. We start on time. That's why I kind of left some space. I mean, we ended the rookie mock draft at like what 10:25 Eastern over here. So we bullshit for a little bit, get into the next one, so that everybody can get a chance to get in here, and hopefully everybody's in. Hopefully everybody gets in. I don't want any. Hopefully we don't get any. The first one might be. Come on, Jonah, bro. Let's go. Come on, Jonah, bro. And sleeper's so fucked. I can't even tag on the PC. But all right, so the first pick is going to be auto draft. Is most likely going to be Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. I have Patrick Mahomes coming off as my QB1 in Dynasty. Then I have Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Jefferson. Wow. Oh, maybe he didn't. I hope he knows this is super flex. He took. Okay. He might not have known this is super flex. Hope I made it clear. I didn't put. Might not have known. I don't know. I thought I told everybody. Almost everybody nowadays plays Superflex. I still do one QB as well. Need more people that do play one QB so that I can do some of these drafts in one QB as well. I just don't have enough followers to actually do one QB with this as well. Most people, most people are playing Superflex nowadays. Yeah, JJ went first. I'm guessing that he thought it's one QB. Oh, he had to have. That's the only way I feel like that can happen. So, all right, but let's get it. So Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Joe Burrow went before Josh Allen. I don't have a problem with that. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. Getting Allen at 4 is nuts, bro. Play one QB. I voted for Superflex, but hey, yeah, I mean, uh, I'm trying to do both. I need, invite more people that do one QB. I need to get more people that do play one QB. But if I did a one QB, I don't think I'd be able to fill up a draft. I'll try. I'll try maybe next week. But yeah, Allen is definitely crazy going there at 4. So, all right, so we got Jalen Hurts there at the 1-5. Typically at this 1-6, 1-7. Typically this is where Justin Jefferson would go. So it's not totally skewed or fucked up. Oh, we accidentally drafted JJ. All right. All right, it happens. He probably got in at the last minute and just wound up hitting something. But there goes Justin Herbert. So yeah, I mean, all the QBs are going here. Let's queue up some guys. Taylor, Watson. What are we gonna do? All right, there goes AJ Brown. Wow, AJ Brown goes before Chase. Okay, okay, we're getting frisky. Shit, it's bold. That is bold. It's got to be an Eagles fan. There's no way. Gotta be an Eagles fan. All right, so Big Trust is up here at the 1-8. What are we gonna do? He's not even on. Hopefully, this don't get auto pick. Come on, guys. Set this up a particular time, and I start on time so that everybody, nobody's waiting around, and that we're always starting on time when I do these shits. And sometimes that auto draft can fuck shit up. So let's make sure everybody's damn getting in here. Wish there was a lag in the app, had to jump out. Yeah, sleeper. You know what? There's so many people doing this that sleeper's probably just getting fucking overwhelmed a little bit because they have been bugging out a little bit. It was bugging out on me last week where I couldn't even open up the damn mock draft board. There go. All right, so there goes Chase. He said, "Yeah, AJ going over Chase is something a little bit different." Here goes Lamar. See, this puts us in this tight spot. Like I got to get Bijan up here. Still feel Trevor Lawrence is still on the board. Like if Trevor Lawrence falls to me here at the 112, like I'd be ecstatic. If I don't know if this guy's going. He's got to go QB. If he doesn't go QB, and I can smash Trevor, fuck it. It's just yeah. This puts me in a tough spot. We can go double QB. We can wait. I might be inclined to wait because I kind of want CD. No, let's do Kyler's been hurt, but all right, let's go Kyler. And it's tough here. We can either go Bijan, we can go CD, or we can go Deshaun Watson. These are the guys I'm looking at right here. No, fuck it. Should we just lock up Deshaun? These are the things that you gotta think about. Let's go double QB. Let's see how this turns out. This is what we do these mock drafts for, so that we can fuck around. We can do different strategies. So yeah, I mean, I lock up the two QBs, so I'm happy about it. I wanted to either go Lamb or Bijan. Bijan will probably go any second here. So already said Huss started like 45 minutes early. Well, Huss is on his own time, brother. You know how he is, and he's got a lot more bigger following than I do, so it's a little bit easier for him to just do that. For me, I got to make sure everything is on time and shit, so everybody's tuning in right. So Bijan and then Kenny Walker goes, Dak goes. So Fields and Dak locks up the two QBs there. I like it. I like it. Lamar and Bijan, Chase and Walker. So we got no QBs there. That's on auto. AJ Brown. Let's see what they do here. Let's see what they do here. Brees is still on the board. Let's just TN. So we've got our QBs. Now we've got to it's TJ. Waddle, St. Brown. Let's see. Let's add Higgins up there. Let's put Garrett Wilson. Like I don't. I just. I just won't draft the Cheetahs, the Diggses, the Cups. The value is just. It just goes downhill from here. The production is going to be there. Don't get me wrong, but the value is just. I want guys that are going to gain value, so that I can move shit around on my team if I need to, depending on what I need. I don't want to feel, stuck or have to die with any of these guys. So let's see who comes back around to me here. I'm inclined to go double wide receiver or tight end. I don't know how far Pitts is going to fall, but we've got some guys. All right, we've got some guys queued up in the queue here. I've got AJ Brown as my wide receiver 4. I've got CD ahead of him. I got CD as my 3. JJ and Chase as the 1-2. So that was early for me for Brown, but I mean, you got to put JJ and Chase as the 1-2. I don't know. It's hard to put AJ ahead of him. Like you can argue AJ as the third, as wide receiver 3. You can argue with him, over CD Lamb. I mean, you've got no arguments from me there, but I don't think I could get behind him going over Chase. So we've got CMC goes. So AJ Brown and CMC. I mean, okay. We've got Herbert. Sun God goes with Herbert there. JT with Jalen Hurts. Let's see if any of these QBs make it back to me. Brees Hall. Okay. So we got some RB heavy a little bit here in the second round. Jalen Waddle. Good pick there. My wide receiver like 5A and 5B is Waddle and St. Brown for me. You can go either way. But the thing with Waddle is Waddle has shown that he can do it any way that you need him to. He's shown it PPR wise in year one, with over 100 catches, and then he's shown it, with the yak and with the bombs, with Tua here just last year. So he can do it either way you need it. Any way you need to slice it, he's got you. So I really like Jalen Waddle. Garrett Wilson comes off next. There goes CJ Stroud. So CJ Stroud goes ahead of Bryce Young here. Bryce Young went first to the Texans, CJ Stroud to the Colts in this particular draft, that we're going off of as far as the rookie landing spots. Let's see what it goes here. See, that's a good spot where if you went JJ1, like, bro, I would go CJ and Bryce. I'll take them back to back right here because the QB's not coming back to him, or at least a good young QB. So yeah, he's in a good spot where he can go QB, which I would really like. That's what I would do if I would to have both of them there. Fuck it, I'd take both of them. Lock in the QBs, or you could go with Tua. Tua's still out there. There's concerns about Tua. People are still worried. I mean, they said he's going to be the QB going into 2023. The only problem is, like, does he get knocked out again? I mean, if he gets knocked out again more next season, I mean, that's going to be rough. So we don't know what exactly is going to happen there. ETN comes off the board. I like that. So he went ETN. I don't mind because now he's got a stud at each position at least. He's young to team up with Mahomes and Garrett Wilson. Oh, Catch is killing it, bro. Oh my God. Catch got a fire start. Fire start. Jesus. I love it, bro. I love it. Holy shit. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Getting CJ and Bryce there, because QB's not coming back to you, so you can try and get both of them there. That's why I went double QB. And again, I could have went Bijan there or CD. I'm gonna try it with these two here, and then see how it builds out. But I could have definitely went Bijan or CD there. No tight ends went off the board yet. So, like, if I can grab Pitts, I'm grabbing Pitts at this point in time. I'm still a believer in Pitts. You can say it's coming off early, but listen, when you've got that advantage at tight end, so Waddle and Higgins to go with Burrow, I love it. Phillips got a nice squad there too, so far. Josh Allen, Brees Hall, and Eckler. Okay. Went young with Hall, but then a little bit older with Eckler. There goes Mark Andrews to go along with JT and Jalen Hurts. So just kind of spreading out some of his studs. Got a running back QB and a tight end there. Yeah, JC, who picked right before me, he said he was going Watts until I picked him. Which I know he's not making it back to me, and the rookies are probably not making it back to me also. Cash said he almost went Kelsey. No, bro, I love your start, bro. I love your start. Kelsey's old. I mean, he gives you the sick advantage for right now, but I love that you got Wilson and Bryce Young. I mean, that's a nice start, bro. That's a nice start. I mean, I can't argue with you if you did want to go Kelsey. I mean, mix in some of that old and some of that young. So, can't go wrong there. But I love the way you started there. Chase Diggs and Kenny Walker is the auto picks here, which are actually turned out to be good. Bijan, Lamar Jackson. I don't know if I should speed this up to 30 seconds or not. Everybody's in here, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. DK. Okay, Bijan, DK, and Lamar Jackson. I like that. I like that. Definitely like that. So we've got Olave, London, Devonta Smith, Jackson Smith, and Jigba here for me to pick. There goes Pitts, who Pitts went after Andrews. That's what. All right, Kelsey goes. So yeah, we're not gonna go Hawk. I like Hawk, but not this early. Saquon is still out there. Javante Gibbs, who wound up going to where'd he go in this? Where did Gibbs wind up going? Why am I bugging? The Dolphins. Ooh, it's tough to not go Gibbs there. Jesus. But I really need the damn wide receivers. Oh, so you go Olave, London, Devonta Smith, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. This is yeah, this is the tough spot. I would have Jameer Gibbs next. Let's go with damn. Gotta go with my boy Olave, I think. Or do we go with two? Do we go Olave JSN? Do we go Drake London Olave? Do we go Gibbs? I think I gotta go Gibbs with that landing spot. Let's go Gibbs. Typically I don't pick RBs. I mean, you just heard me talk about it beforehand. But when you've got a young guy like Gibbs who's going to be, next 6, 7 years maybe possibly, and then we've got Olave and London are kind of like back to back for me as far as my rankings are concerned. I do have London ahead though, so let's go London. Could go JSN. He went to the Ravens in this draft, or Devonta as well, but we go Gibbs London. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. You consider Andrews tight end one for Dynasty. No, Pitts is tight end one for Dynasty. For me at least. And then you've got Andrews coming in after that. And then I would say TJ Hawkinson or Kelsey. It's just tough with the age thing. Can Kelsey play a couple more years? It's rough. You gotta decide what you want to do. Great value on Kelsey. Yeah, definitely in the late third there. There goes Jackson Smith. Yeah, I mean, I've got them all bunched in like the same tier as far as Drake London, JSN. In this particular, I don't know if I loved him going to the Ravens. Hopefully Lamar goes back. I mean, that's going to be the thing. Is Lamar going to be there or not? So Tua comes off here in the fourth, which is that's a fucking steal. Hopefully he continues to play and nothing bad happens next year. But we've got Cheetah coming off next, Komet, and let's see what comes out here next. SBA trolling. Yeah, AJ. Yeah, I don't know why he's got Aaron Rodgers. He went with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why. This ain't redraft. I don't know if that's what he's thinking, but hope not. Come on, SBA 1976. How are we going with Cole Komet here? I don't know what's happening. Olave, I like that. So you got Herbert, St. Brown, Pitts, and Olave. That's an awesome start. It's an awesome start, Big Diaz. That's how you do it, bro. Chase, Diggs, Cheetah, and Kenny Walker were the auto picks there. Fields, Prescott, Kelsey, and JSN. T-Law, Pickett, CD, and Saquon. So, I mean, we're building up a young squad right now. We've got Kyler Murray, who's injured, most likely. I'm not expecting much next season at least, but we've got a young Jameer Gibbs. We've got a young Drake London. We kind of already committed to the young route. Andrews, Hurts, JT, and let's see what he goes with here. Cooper Cup. Okay, Cooper Cup is very interesting of what people think of him and how people value him. I don't have him in my top 15 dynasty wide receivers. It's just he's at that thresh point. He's at that age where the value is just going to decline from here. Can he have a couple more elite seasons? Absolutely. I expect him to come back next year and still do the same what he's been doing. I mean, he's what 20 plus points a game, like easy. Even with the Rams playing like shit and Stafford playing like shit, Cup was still getting his. So I like it. Jacobs, Eckler, and Brees. So we go with three running backs, which I don't love, but yeah, look at Phillip, man. Waddle, Higgins, Devonta, and Burrow. I love it. Love it, dude. Let's see how far Trey Lance falls. Will Levis. You should have went off the board already. Like, I'll take Lance or Levis if they fall to me here, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is happening with the Komet pick. I don't know what this person is doing. I don't know if they think this is redraft or what. Maybe I got to block them. I don't know, bro. I don't know. There goes Hawkinson. Okay. There goes Hawk. Jefferson, Stroud, ETN. Let's see what they do here. I would think you got to go QB. You got to go Lance or Levis. So Wilson, maybe Kirk. I mean, there's still QBs out there, so not a ton of QBs came off yet. There's still some guys hanging around there. Daniel Jones. So I'm inclined to almost take a QB at this point if they fall back to me. Don't call out what you take next. You're killing my Q. My bad, bro. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to talk to y'all. Shit. All right, so there goes Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. So now the QBs are they might start coming off here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Diaz is big Diaz energy. So let's see what comes off here. Yeah, I like the start you've got though. That's bro. That's an awesome squad. Herbert, St. Brown, Pitts, and Olave. I mean, you can't start much better. You can't get a much better start than that, bro. Awesome. Philip goes with there goes Levis. So there goes the QBs. So we goes Burrow, Levis, Smith, Higgins, Waddle, bro. I love it. I love the setup. Love the setup. Catch one with Anthony Richardson. So he's got Mahomes, Bryce Young, and Anthony Richardson. I love that too. I mean, he went top 10 in this draft. I mean, come on, guys. What are we doing here? Yeah, that's an awesome start there. So catch goes TJ Hawk too. That was I didn't even realize that was you, bro. So yeah, I mean, locks in the QBs, locks in the fucking tight end. Those are the positions that you want to have the advantage in. And then he's got Garrett Wilson there too. So it's a good start, bro. I love it. Whiffed another RB. What's going on with all these damn RBs coming off the board here? Swift, he's got the upside. He's just, I don't know. I just kind of got him into that RB2. He's got the RB1 upside. I just don't know if they're going to give him more than that, that 12 to 15 touch range, which they've seemed to found that that's the way to keep him healthy. So even with the limited touches, he's still putting up fantasy points. He's still scoring touchdowns. So I like him, but he's fallen a lot now. I don't know if you could get a first for him. Just depends on what everybody feels about him. Devontae Adams comes off next. So Cup, Adams, Andrews, Taylor, and Hurts. Okay. So we got some older wide receivers. He's got the tight end and the QB and the RB, the younger guys to build around. What's it going to be? Diaz, what we got? Trey Lance. I should have never said nothing about the QBs. As soon as I started talking about the QBs, fucking 4 QBs come off the board in the next 6 picks. But Kirk is still out there. Golf, Russell Wilson, for whoever wants to take the gamble on that. Derek Carr, who, if he goes to the Jets, apparently is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking, but they got to give me some of that. But yeah, I love the Trey Lance pick. I mean, you're getting them fucking crazy late. I have him in one of my other dynasty leagues. And he's going to be the starting QB most likely. We don't know what's happening with Brock. Um, doesn't look good, I guess, with the injury, the surgery. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I told you, yeah, bro. Shouldn't have said nothing. I didn't realize probably everybody is in. I don't know if everybody's in here that's in the actual draft, but it's true. I don't even remember what the fuck I just said, AJ. What is true? Yeah, first ballot. Oh, that's right. AJ, shout out to AJ, Jets fan. Yeah, bro. He's not a first, bro. He couldn't even do it with Devonte Adams. I mean, yeah, he did his thing with Devontae, to be fair. But listen, Derek Carr was never a top 12 QB ever. He's thrown over 30 touchdowns once. I mean, you can say he's never had weapons, but he did have weapons this year. He's a better NFL QB than he is fantasy QB. Um, that's how I feel about him. All right, Stevenson goes off. Debo. Damn, Javante went. Fuck. I was hoping Javante would make it back. RBs are just disgusting. Godert is still here. Uh, Watson, Pittman, Godwin. Let's go Pittman. He does get CJ Stroud in this draft. Fuck it. Let's go. Um, I want to go QB is the other problem too. We got Jared Goff still up there. Man, fuck. Pittman, or do we go JMO? All right, let's go Pittman. Fuck it. We're going Pittman. I don't love Christian Watson, to be fair. I think I spoke about this. I don't know when I did, yesterday or the day before. Traylon Pickens. I could go JMO, or I could go Golf would be the guy that I'd be looking at here. We could go JMO or we could go Golf. JMO or Golf. I have JMO higher than Pickens and Burks. Judy's kind of a little bit after that range for me. Fuck it. Let's go JMO. Let's go. Let's just go with the young upside. Let's go with the young upside. So we got the three receivers. We go London, Pittman, JMO. We got Gibbs. We got some potential. And let's see who winds up falling. Oh fuck. I could have went Quentin Johnson too. That's all right. Or Go Dirt was another one I was looking at as well. Let's see what falls back to me. I'm okay with Patty F. I'm okay with Mayer. I'm okay with Joku. So there's still some guys, some tight ends that I still would be okay with. Don't forget we got Kincaid down here. So Godwin goes next. I could have went Godwin too. Godwin's right in that area. They're all kind of in like the same tier for me. Some of those guys. So it just depends on what you want to do. Yeah, I was very tempted to go Golf. I really was. I'm gonna need a QB because don't forget Kyler Murray is I probably should have went Golf now that I think about it. Because of the Kyler Murray situation, I could have definitely went Golf. I probably should have, but there's still some QBs here that because I got my two long-term QBs locked in, so I don't need to press for it. Like I'm still okay with Kirk. If I gotta take Russell, like if I gotta take Carr, Gino, Stafford. We'll see who fall. There goes Kirk. I don't know if even a QB is going to make it back to me, but yeah, I could have definitely went Golf instead of could have went Golf JMO and went with the combo instead of Pittman. But with CJ Stroud there, hopefully Pittman, takes that step up. I mean, CJ Stroud's a good quarterback, guys. He might very well be a top 12 QB. If he reaches his full potential. I mean, one of the bad things, one of the negative things is just under pressure. I mean, he just doesn't do well under pressure. Hopefully, the NFL can change that for him. Hopefully, he improves that, I should say. It goes Kittle, Tony Pollard. This guy goes Chubb and Pollard. There's still some good young wide receiver talent on the board, which I'm loving. I almost have to go QB if any of these guys even make it back to me. I mean, Mac Jones even is on a short leash. We don't. Mac Jones is on a short leash. We don't know what's going to really happen with Mac Jones too. I mean, we've had some of those reports, and then Zappy and that whole situation. It'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. I think Mac is decent. I don't think he's great, but I feel like in that offense, and they got him no weapons either, which sucks. Who'd they get? They drafted somebody, I think, in this draft. Who did they wind up getting? Oh, they didn't. Oh, Nathaniel Dell. So they get the short wide receiver there. They got to do better than that. They got to get Max some weapons. I mean, it's just got nothing. I mean, Jacoby's just he's not a number one. Good wide receiver, but he's not a number one. They got to get him somebody. I mean, come on. You can't expect your team to elevate and your number one wide receiver is, Jacoby Myers. I mean, Jordan Addison goes, who went to the Jaguars. Christian Watson, Jerry Judy. Yep. I mean, it's typically this is what's happened at this part of the draft. All right, let's put some guy. All right, there goes George Pickens, Burks, DJ Moore, and Johnson, Hollywood, Ayuk, Kirk is still down here. Watson, say Browns went to the Browns. That's a good one for late. Running backs, Pierce is still out there. Rashard White. Charbonnet. Evans, who went to the Bengals in this draft. Algier. A-Chain went to the Bills. I'm just plugging up a bunch of shit. All right. So there goes Quentin Johnson. So a big run of wide receivers, young wide receivers come off the board there. Phillip is just killing it. Waddle, Higgins, Smith, Judy, shit. Levis, I love that. There goes Terry. Higgins has got to take that step up. He's really got to take that step up. And this is kind of that part in the draft where you kind of got to decide whether you want to keep continuing going young or do you have some young guys that can take you a little bit and you want to start getting some veterans to have some points and you want to start going after the production. So go dirt. God damn. Go dirt doesn't make it. Get some guys up here. Okay. Washington. You got to scroll down because some of this ADP stuff I don't think is all the way updated, especially for like the rookies. Alvin Cook, another running back. I don't know what is the deal with all these running backs coming off here, but DJ Moore. All right. So everybody's watching and taking everything I'm putting in my queue here. So Wilson. B Hop. There goes Hollywood. God damn. Burks, Dotson, Boutte, Downs. I have to go. Goes Dobbins. All right, so we got some. Eric Carr's still out there. Stafford's still out there. Gino's still out there. Brock is still out there. Ritter might be starting. I mean, we don't know what's happening. There goes Kirk. Damn. And then Burks gets sniped. God damn it. Fuck. Damn, that was big, bro. I really wanted to take Burks there. All right, so what do we wind up doing here? Do we go Stafford to hold it down for a little bit? We go, oh man. Really, do we go Amari to line up with Watson, give us some production for right now? Or do we go younger? Maybe we mix up some old. Let's go Amari. Let's mix up a little bit of older. Let's go Fryermuth. So let's lock up the tight end. So we've got just in case some of these young guys do start producing right away. I've got at least Amari Cooper in there as well to give me production for right now too. Good for at least a few years. I get to pair him up with Deshaun Watson. So we'll see. But this is kind of what's happening now that I'm in the 12th spot. These are the way the cookies crumbling here in the back end. Ote and Downs. Let's see who makes it back here. I wound up not going QB. Just wanted to fill out the rest. Like I know Kyler Murray's not going to be back for the first half of the season, most likely, but Aaron Jones, Calvin Ridley, Dotson. There you go. Kamara, who we don't know what's going to happen. Is this guy even going to play again? I mean, they've got the video out now. I think they got two different videos out now of Kamara, and then they've got a video of him like in a car talking shit of how hard he punched the guy in the jaw. I mean, it's not looking good for Kamara right now. I don't know if y'all seen the video. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Kamara situation. Did y'all see the different videos? I think there's two videos of the actual fight where he's, I think, stomping the guy out or punching the guy, and then the other video is of him in a car talking about how hard he hit the guy in the jaw. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the whole Kamara thing. And are you just kind of staying away from him? Do any of you have Kamara on your dynasty roster? I mean, what are you doing now at this point? Can't really sell him for shit now, probably. There goes Mac. Zach Charbonnet, who goes to the Cardinals. That's right. I don't own any Kamara. Yeah, me neither. I never really own any of those older running backs. Unless it's my time. This is why I build around the wide receivers, tight ends, the QBs, build around that. And then once it's your time to actually really compete and you've got everything together, at that point you can go out and buy, excuse me, some of those cheaper older running backs. You can go out and buy the Dalvin Cooks for a year. You can go out and buy the Camaras for a year. Not Kamara in this situation that just happened, but you can go out and buy the Derrick Henrys for cheaper, the Ecklers. You can buy some of those older guys, give up some draft capital or some younger players. This way you can, fill out your squad when you're ready to win. Yeah, Kamara and Aaron. I mean, I've been in some mocks where Kamara doesn't go until like the 12th. Aaron Jones, same. I mean, they're just not valuable. I mean, if you're trying to fill out your roster and have your RBs on your team, then absolutely. For me, I mean, we're not starting the season yet. We don't have to set an actual lineup. I'll figure out my RB situation once we get into the season. 'Cause that can always be changed. I mean, things change so much, whether it's the draft, whether it's the free agency, training camp, preseason. You don't have one of those workhorse, one of the few workhorse top guys, top running backs. It's almost like, you can go with almost anybody. I mean, it's just tough. I mean, the difference between like RB12 and RB24 is not much. It's not even like 2 full points per game. So if they're not going to be an RB1, you're almost better off kind of just waiting if you want. Mike Diaz says he's got autoed on that Addison. That's all right. Where did where was Addison at again? Jaguars. That's right. Addison to the Jags. I should have actually went with could have went with Addison instead of Jameson. Like we got to give Jameson at least a season and see what he does. There goes Schultz. And Schultz, we don't know what's happening with Schultz. Is he going back? Is he going to get tagged by the Cowboys? I don't think they pay him. For me, it doesn't make sense to pay him. I don't think he's that athletic of an athlete where you have to have Dalton Schultz. Jake Ferguson showed that he can play a little bit too. So I think they either draft somebody or just wind up going with Ferguson if they don't wind up tagging Schultz. They might tag him and run it back one more year, but just got to be careful with Schultz because if he goes somewhere else, I don't know how valuable he's going to actually be. We fuck with IDP. I'm currently in only one dynasty league that does IDP. That I've been in for the last three. This is going into our fourth season, I think. Um, but that's only like one defensive line, one DB, one linebacker, one flex. And the point system is not a lot. It's not a lot of points. So the IDP is a little bit different. And then I just joined the one in Hustlers League. I think we're drafting next week. So that will be IDP. But that'll be like my first real kind of IDP with that amount of points and stuff where it actually makes a big difference week to week. All right, there goes Purdy. Gino goes. There goes Deontay. Isaiah Pacheco goes for the catch. The catch getting some nice young RBs with some upside. Goes with the Pierce and Pacheco there. Mike Williams. Listen, Mike Williams, if he could just stay healthy, they're talking about getting rid of Keenan Allen. Who knows if they're actually really going to do that or not? If they do, I really like JSN as a guy to replace Keenan Allen. I think they're very similar. Route running guys, not crazy speed wise. So they're very similar. I think I really like JSN if he went to Chargers. In this draft, he went to the Ravens, but we've got Zach Evans goes, who he went to the Bengals. That's a good pick. Good pick, fucking Diaz. This goes with Charbonnet and Evans. I love it. I love it. Addison, DJ Moore, Olave. Oh man, Pitts, Trey Lance. Hopefully he gets to start, and you'll be looking good. I like the squad. There goes Mike Evans. See what happens here and what's gonna fall to me. He goes Downs. Shit. I was hoping Downs fell so I could take Downs, pair him up with Deshaun. Even though I do got Amari already, but all right. Algier's still out there. A Chain is still out there. We've got Boutte, Bateman, Gabe Davis. I'm a big Gabe Davis hater. There goes Derek Carr. Hyatt. Where did Hyatt went to the Panthers here? Where did Boutte? Boutte went to the Packers. I think we don't know if Jordan Love is actually going to be the starter or not. Let's go with Stafford. At least he can hold me down till Kyler Murray comes back. Maybe I'll have him for the next couple years. And then let's go. Do we go Boutte? Do we go Bateman? JSN winds up going to Baltimore, so that's just a lot. I Tillman actually went to the Cowboys. We go Tillman, or do we go Algier? Do we go A Chain? Damn, this is tough. This is tough. Let's go. A Chain went to the Bills. He went to the Bills. Let's go. Let's go A Chain. Fuck it. He went to a good spot. I don't know what's gonna happen with James Cook there if they do really go A Chain. Could have went Boutte. I could have went Flowers. I could have went Hyatt. Could have went Tillman, Wandell, Rashid Rice. I feel like I could maybe wait for. Got Sky Moore down here. Mechie's a good little sleeper. But yeah, all right. So we got We got the tight end locked up. We got the QBs locked up. We got some wide receivers. We got some RBs. Let's see what comes back to us. Bateman comes off next, then comes Hyatt. Yep. So Bateman, Cook, Ridley, Burks. I mean, I just got some pretty good. There's some pretty good teams here. Some pretty good drafts. A lot of y'all. If I didn't go Watson, I could have went what Bijan maybe. I could have had Bijan and Gibbs. Imagine that. Um, and then maybe Tua, but then I wouldn't have London. Yeah, I don't love going to RB there. Could have went CD. Could definitely went CD instead of Watson. We know what you guys think. At that turn there, that 112-2-1, I went Murray and Watson, but what would you guys have done in that situation? Do you go CD? Do you go Bijan? Or Kenny Walker, Brees Hall? I don't know, whoever your number one running back is. Or do you go with the QB? It's a tough spot. Tough spot. There goes Ritter. There goes Love. I don't think Ritter is going to be long term. I don't know if Love is going to be long term either. I think I said it earlier. If Aaron Rodgers could not get it done on the Green Bay Packers with those wide receivers, what makes us think that Jordan Love is going to be a savior and going to be able to do what Aaron Rodgers couldn't? I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, Brian, do you remember doing the Dynasty? Oh, my bad. I missed all that. My bad, Brian. Do you remember doing the Dynasty review on the team with me who let go of Chase and Herb and a bunch of picks? Yeah, absolutely. I remember that, bro. Because we didn't like it. But tell me what happened if you're still out there. Did it turn out to be something good? I don't know, bro. Gabe Davis, guys, just such a big boomer bust, dude. Murray says he likes the Lamb T Law. I love the Lamb T Law. I was hoping that T Law made it to me, which is a steal if he does. He never makes it that late. And then going with CD, yeah, it was tough. I almost went CD in I almost went Murray and CD. I mean, Kyler Murray, let's not forget. Can I see the damn? Can I just? Okay, I can't bring up his thing. Oh, show the player card. God damn it. Kyler Murray, in the 3 seasons that he played, QB6, QB3, QB10. And then his hurt season, obviously, last year, he was QB19. So 10 QB. Yeah, he's hurt, but he'll get better. Yeah, I love that. I don't love the Kenny Pickett pick, but all that's left really at that point. Troy Tucker, Miles Sanders, Tank Bigsby. You trade Zeke and the 110 for the 101. I would have done that yesterday, bro. That's an easy smash. Get Zeke get the fuck off of my team, and the 110. That's like the cheapest that you. I don't think I've seen anything that you can get cheap. I don't think I've seen anyone pay cheaper than that for the 101. 101 is worth about 3 first-round picks. Most people are not letting that 101 go. One QB or super flex, regardless. So yeah, Zeke is on a decline, man. He might not even be on the Cowboys. I mean, they're saying that he'll take less money because that's the only way that they'll keep him. Otherwise, they're going to cut his ass. He just got way too many miles. Way too many miles. All right, so Tyler Lockett, and for those following on Instagram, if you want to hop over to YouTube, link should be in my stories and in the bio too. But yeah, y'all can hop in. Elijah Moore, Tyler Lockett. I like the Elijah Moore pick late, especially if they can wind up getting a QB. I mean, Elijah Moore is still a very talented wide receiver. Obviously, you got Wilson there as well, but we've seen, more than one wide receiver be successful. Antonio Gibson. I really like Gibby. I mean, we all loved Gibby. I mean, he was a wide receiver coming in, wound up turning into a running back, and was a top 12 running back for 2 years in a row, his first 2 seasons starting. And then coaching staff just, I don't know, they just didn't use him properly. They didn't like him, especially once Rivera got in there. They wound up drafting B Rob. They still got McKissick. I mean, I think Gibson is a way better, more talented player than Brian Robinson, but seems like Robinson will get the first and second down work mostly. Gibby will be that third down guy, change the pace back. Algier, nice pick catch. That's just taking all them young RBs that have a chance to be replaced, but could be very successful the next few seasons just because of the situation that they've fallen themselves in. Could turn into something valuable. And don't forget, the NFL has changed as far as the way they look at running backs, the way that we look at running backs nowadays. Um, more and more running backs are not getting drafted in the first round or the second round. They're getting pushed down, the draft boards. So, what we used to see in the first and second round all the time is that more now are we going to see more guys now drafted in the second and third that are going to be some workhorse guys. There are very few, almost none actually starting workhorse RBs that are picked, after round 3. I mean, you've got Eckler who was undrafted, of course. But as far as doing it for a long period of time, we haven't seen that out of guys that are picked, you know, third round or lower. So Michael Mayer goes. Nice job there from Mayer. Sutton talks about being traded. Does he stay? Do they wind up keeping him? There were talks about Judy being traded too. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. Um, but does Sutton get traded? Then it's all Judy. Do they draft somebody then? Maybe bring somebody in. I don't know. Not sure why we got all running backs coming out here. Christian Watson, the only wide receiver. The thing that worries me about Christian Watson is he just all he did was catch touchdowns, catch a bunch of touchdowns from Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't, necessarily targeted a ton. Started using him a lot more on like sweeps and just getting the ball in his hands. But once Aaron Rodgers is gone, I mean, what's really going to happen over there in Green Bay for Christian Watson? He's a guy I'm willing to come off of if somebody wants him. Goes Mooney, James Conner, AJ Dillon, Brian Robinson. Speaking of Waller, we've got Joku still out here. I could have even waited all the way down here to take Joku instead of taking Patty F. Wow, Monty's still out here. Jesus, there goes Zeke. Your boy Zeke is still around here in the 11th round. So that just shows how people value him. They don't value him really much at all. We're gonna go with Tillman. He went to the Cowboys here, and we're gonna go with these are just pure upside picks now at this point in the particular draft. Let's go with it's either between Wandell Robinson and Sky Moore here. I really like what the Giants were trying to do with Wandell Robinson before he got injured. And Sky Moore has a good chance to be something special. I'm going to go with the overall talent in Sky Moore. I think Sky Moore just is more talented than Wandell Robinson is. So I'm going to go with the talent. We're going to take Sky Moore. Sheed Rice wouldn't be a bad pick actually either. But yeah, let's take Tillman and Moore because at this point we're just taking some upside, hoping that these guys increase in value going in. I know I only have Gibbs and 18 at running back, but like I said, once we get to the season, I can make moves there. If Tillman finds himself doing well or in the starting lineup, Sky Moore, same thing. I can move off of those guys and get running backs if I need to at that point in time. Monty's still out there, which is surprising. I'm sure he'll probably go soon enough. There he goes. Speaking of. And then Hooker still out there. He wasn't chosen in this particular draft. Don't forget, guys, coming back from the ACL is Hendon Hooker. Yeah, Zeke was top 15. Was he? I don't even know if that's particularly true, bro. Zeke is just like watch him run. I mean, he's not a good runner anymore. All he does now is score touchdowns, and that's not going to be the same every single year. And the fact that how old he is, and the fact that they basically came out and said, "We're going to cut you if you don't take a pay cut." So where did Zeke was RB? Well, let's do PPR since most people play PPR nowadays. Zeke was RB 21 in full PPR. Averaged 12.4 points per game. And if you look at that, he was RB 23 if you're looking at strictly just points per game. But Latavius Murray was right there with him. Cordell Patterson, Jerick McKinnon, Devin Singletary, David Montgomery, Antonio Gibson, Devontae. I mean, all these guys averaged what, a point lower than Zeke. So he's just getting old, bro. The value is just not there. Nobody wants him. Nobody's willing to pay for him. You're lucky if you get a second round pick for Zeke right now. Somehow Akers misses 3 out of 4 of the season, is drafted in the eighth. Yeah, I'm not an Akers fan either. I'm not an Akers fan, so I don't love that. Yeah, Catch said Zeke had a good year, but was goal line dependent. He needs Pollard healthy. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Which is what I'm saying. He's just touchdown dependent, and then he does need Pollard there. He can't carry the workload, bro. The amount of miles that Zeke has on him is crazy. I mean, Zeke's been in the league for a while. Where is he still up here? Pull up Zeke real quick. I what's going on? Why can't I pull up the year? Jesus. Come on, sleeper. There he goes. He winds up getting picked there. Why can't I see the oh, here we go. All right. Look at this. Zeke's been I mean, top 10 guy every single fucking season almost that he's played, but one, two, three, four, five, six. I mean, 7 seasons. Look at the attempts this guy has. 231, 237, 244, 301, 304, 242, 322. I mean, the guy's just he's got a ton of miles, and you can see it in him. He's not running the ball well anymore. He does still get good touches, but he's going to be dependent on the goal line stuff, getting down there, and then he's got to punch it in. So there's just a lot that you're betting on, and with his age, which I'm going to talk about actually tomorrow on Hustler Network. I'm going to show you a whole graphic. I'm going to show you actual numbers when these guys start falling off at running back, what year, what age they start falling off, what's the percentage that they're actually going to have a top 5, top 12 season. So I'm going to go over some of that stuff tomorrow, actually. So yeah, nobody wants Zeke. He can still score points, but when we're talking about dynasty, we're talking more of the value. I mentioned all of those other names when I just talked about Zeke. All of those guys were within a point and a half of what Zeke averages per game. So you'd much rather have one of those guys or get one of those guys much later in the draft than to spend up and get a Zeke. So yeah, he definitely still gets some touches. There's no argument, no argument from me about that. He's obviously getting touches, but like Catch said, he makes the perfect point. He needs Pollard. He needs that change of pace back. Zeke is not getting, 20, 25 carries anymore. He might get 15 to 18 carries. I think that's kind of what they're looking at to do with him. Let's look at actually the carries that he did have last year. Yeah, I mean, they love him in that like 15 to 18 range. If you look at most of these games, he had one game he had 22 carries. One game he had 19. But other than that, 15, 16, 17 gets a couple catches as well. So 15 to 18 touches they're looking at. It's just where he is at this point in time. And, when you watch him run, like you can see it, he's not ready. He's not being able to move like he used to. He's got hit a lot, man. I'm a Zeke truther. Yeah, bro. It's like I said, I like Zeke. It's just in Dynasty, he's worth literally like nothing. Try and get a second round pick for Zeke. See who's going to give you a second round pick for Zeke. It's going to be very hard for you to get a second round pick for Zeke. You might as well draft one of these rookies in the second round than have Zeke. But look, Zeke is a guy that on a way that the way that I build my teams around the wide receivers, the tight ends, and the QBs, Zeke is a guy that I would go out and buy for cheap. Like I'll go and buy, I would have bought him last year for a third round pick or maybe even a late second round pick last year if I'm competing and I need a running back. Those are the guys you want to start buying later on where they just don't cost that much and you can still get that production that you're looking for. So I'm not looking to take him in a startup. I'm looking to purchase him either before the season or during the season for a cheaper price. But that's what we talk about with the values and stuff, how you value certain players. The running back position is just too volatile. It just changes too much. Too many things change. So I'm the type to go out and just go buy my running backs when I need to, when I'm ready to actually compete, and I need that to take me over the edge. Look at my 101 and Devonta Smith with Chase and the 209. So we gave up Devonta and Bijan for Chase and the 209. So you got Chase and you got the 209. I don't mind it. I mean, I'd rather have the wide receiver. I mean, it's tough because Devonta Smith is still a top 15 wide receiver. And then you got the number one running back in Dynasty. So you got Bijan and Devonta or Chase. I mean, it's tough. Depends on your situation, bro. If you didn't need Bijan and you just wanted the hitter in Chase, I'm okay. I mean, it's a decent trade. Just depends which side you want to go to there. I'm okay pretty much either way. Honestly, I'd probably rather have Bijan and the Devonta side just because of the value in general. Um, I'm if you're getting chased, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, if you're getting chased, I just feel like if you got the 101, like and Devonta Smith, you can probably keep this keep Devonta Smith and trade the 101 plus to go and try and get Chase. Like I just feel like maybe you could have did some other moves there, but it's not a bad trade, bro. Don't get me wrong. Ready to compete now. Yeah. Yeah. That's another one too. You're competing now. We don't know what's gonna happen with Bijan out the gate, but would you trade Zeke and D Hop for the 101? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. That's an easy smash. Nobody's taking Zeke and D Hop for the 101 though. There's nobody in their right mind that would take Zeke and D Hop for the 101. And the one-on-one, it doesn't even have to be Bijan. We could talk about the one-on-one in 24 or 2025. Like, doesn't matter who it is. The value, the perception of that pick in general is just so valuable. Yeah, DS. Oh, I didn't even pick here. I picked. I wanted. To, I'm not. I'm sitting here fucking with y'all. I didn't even make my damn pick right. Fuck. Honda, Deuce Vaughn. There's still some rookies out there. Let's just all right, whatever. Donnell Washington gets picked for me. I probably would have took Rashid Rice there, but got me going with this whole one-on-one thing going on here, bro. Killing me, dog. Yeah, would have to add my first rounder, maybe more to. Yeah, I mean, but that's fine as long as that's fine. You can D Hop could be 30 points per game next year if things work out, or am I crazy? Well, that's the thing is if things work out, and that's the other thing about Dynasty is are you more worried about the production or the value? Like who else is on your team? Because if Zeke dies on your team and D Hop dies on your team, and you don't get any value back for them, what do you do at that point? Who do you have that's coming in to take that place? So that's the thing is if you don't come off of these guys before a certain age, you don't get nothing in return. And just having value on your team is very important because you can use that value to go and get what you want. You don't have to like the particular player, but if people love that particular value, you can get whatever you want. Like the 101, you might not value it particularly high, but everybody else does. So I'm contending now. Yeah, I mean I don't know, bro. Yeah, I'm taking the 101 over Zeke and D Hop. easy. Because I could take that 101 and go buy whoever I almost want at that point because of the value of the 101. So it depends if you look at the points more, you look at the production, or you look at the value, in total. Because, like I said, Zeke is so old and D Hop is so old that there's just no value in them. Can you come off of those guys and wound up getting somebody else that gives you 80, 85% of the production that they give you, plus an asset in return, before those guys get out? That's why, Diggs is perfect time to try and get out now, where you can get somebody 85% of what production that he's giving you and an asset on top of that. So we just try and build up value, build up value. Because if you have value on your team, you can do whatever you want and you can get whatever things that you need if you have that perceived value on your team. But if you got a bunch of old guys on your team, like, what do you do after those guys retire or they stop producing? If you had Julio Jones on your team, what did you do after, 31-year-old season? After that, hasn't done anything. So you don't get anything in return. He just dies on your team and that's it. So it just depends what you like to do, man. Depends how you want to run your team. Do you want to take it year to year, or do you want to compete for a longer period of time? So, that's why I like to build around those wide receivers, the tight ends, the QBs. So if I've got a nice 5 to 7, year window, then I can just grab the running backs as I'm ready to compete. If I'm not ready to compete, then obviously I don't need those older running backs, especially. But my bad, Philip. Send Pollard, receive Judy. Absolutely. Take Judy. Easy. Also have Walker, ETN, and White at running back and the 103. Yeah. Take Judy. I mean, if you're in super flex, you're looking at either one of the QBs at the 103, or you can go Gibbs, you can go JSN, you can go whatever your number one wide receiver is. But yeah, you can replace Pollard easily with probably Gibbs if you're in super flex. Like, you could take Gibbs at the 103. Or if people are desperately in need for QBs, you can move back a spot and let somebody take the QB, pick up another asset, and still get the guy that you want if you don't need a QB. So Tajay Spears goes, Bellinger. Yeah, I'm absolutely taking Judy, especially this situation now where, we get Hall of Fame coach coming in there. He knows how to get the ball to those playmakers. So I would expect Judy to do really good things. Contending on the Chase deal. Yeah. Listen, like I said, whatever floats your boat, bro. Whatever floats your boat. Everybody's a little bit different. As far as just the pure value side, maybe like the 101 is probably the better side. But you're getting Chase. I mean, you're getting the number two dynasty wide receiver, you know. So I don't mind that at all. You need those hitters, those guys you can build around for a long period of time. So absolutely fine with getting Chase, bro. See, where's the best landing spot for Bijan? I mean, I don't know if it matters where he goes. The best spot would be probably the Bills, the Eagles. I don't know how far he's going to fall in the draft, but typically the Bills and Eagles, the best offenses, those would be the most ideal spots. Some people might not agree. Some people might say, well, they've got so many other weapons, but I think those teams desperately need running back help. So, but yeah, we've seen them go to a bunch of different spots. We've seen him go to the Falcons. We've seen him go to the Panthers. Where else we've seen him go? Seen him go to the Lions in a few. He went to the Bucks in this one. Chargers. It just depends if he falls or not. If he can make it to some of these other teams down here, like the Chargers, the Ravens, the Vikings, they might all be in line to take Bijan if he winds up falling that far. So we'll see where he does wind up going. Miami's another good spot. I don't know. I don't think they got a high enough pick to try and get him though. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at some of these squads and see what we got going on. So John, bro, John A, bro, JJ Stroud, ETN, Najee, Daniel Jones, okay, Quentin Johnson, Terry, Akers, Schultz, Elijah Moore, Gibson. I like it. Not too bad. You got to rely on Stroud and Jones though. ETN and Najee. Probably not too bad with some of those. Cat's got the nice squad. I like the squad. Patty, Wilson, Bryce Young, Hawkinson, Richardson, Pickens, Pierce, Mike Williams, Pacheco, Lockett, Algier. Rondell Moore is a good sneaky pick late down there. I love Rondell Moore. I think going into next year. Philip Philip got the nice squad. Really built up the wide receivers: Burrow, Waddle, Higgins, Smith, Levis, Judy, Godert, Rashard White, Deontay, Bigsby, Zay Flowers, C. Kincaid, and Spears. Delaney. We went heavy running back, which I definitely don't love in this particular draft. Yeah, nice receivers there for Philip. I think he did an awesome job in that spot. This is just not the way that I would do it. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but it's just way too many running backs here. Running backs just lose their value a lot quicker. Um, White shooter, we got Hurts, Taylor, Andrews, Cup, Adams. This is like a nice little win now team too. Mixon, Wilson, Ayuk, Keenan Allen, Mike Thomas going down there. We don't know what's happening with Mike Thomas. Get Sam Howell all the way down the last round there. That's a good pick. I like that. Could be the starter next year. We'll see what happens. Big Diaz, another team that I love. Herbert, St. Brown, Pitts, Olave, Trey Lance, Madison, DJ Moore, Charbonnet, Evans, Gabe Davis, Mooney, Joku, AJ Brown, McCaffrey, Rogers, Komet. This was I don't know, Chubb, Pollard. I don't like really anything that went on here at all. Trust Chase, Walker, Diggs, Cheetah, Javante, Kittle, Hopkins. I like that. I don't love the Hopkins, Kamara, Evans. That's just I don't love that. One injury, he could trade a running back for a good wide receiver, though. Oh, absolutely. That's why I said there's no wrong or right or wrong way to do it. He's got the thing is with the running backs, he got valuable. Damn it, he got valuable running backs like Brees Hall, Eckler, Jacobs, Swift. These guys are valuable, so you can absolutely trade one of them for a wide receiver. Absolutely. All right, Jackson. We got Lamar, Bijan, DK, Chua, Debo, Kirk. Not too bad. I like the DK and the Bijan. AK. Then we went Dotson, Downs, Boutte. I love those string of picks there. Brian Robinson. Wound up getting Dolchich late. Dolchich is tricky. I don't know. Like, what happens now? We got the new coaching staff in there. Does Albert O somehow come to life? We were all talking about Albert O last year, and like, what's going to happen now? We got Fields, Dak, Kelsey, JSN, Stevenson, Godwin, Kirk. I like these. I like these starts here. I like what we got going on. Aaron Jones, Derek Carr, Hyatt, Waller, Hunt, Nico, and Rashid Rice. JC sniped me on a few here. Trevor Lawrence, CD Lamb. I love that. Kenny Pickett, not a huge fan of, but I probably would have went Tua there over Pickett, I think. Definitely. Or Trey Lance. Probably would have taken the chance. I don't know. I'm not a Pickett fan, but we'll see what happens. Saquon and Derrick Henry. So get some win now running backs. Jared Goff. Oh, he got Jared Goff late, so that makes up for the Pickett. I like that. So he made up for it there. I like that. Then goes with Burks and Ridley to combine with Trevor Lawrence. All right, JC, I see you, bro. I see you. Cook, Bateman. Then goes with Ingram and Knox. There at the bottom. Then there's my squad with Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Gibbs, London Pittman, JMO, Cooper. So went with some young upside, just some value. Went a little bit older with Amari Cooper. Locked up Patty Fryermuth, who's just people are underrating Patty Fryermuth so bad. If I'm not mistaken, he's the first tight end ever with 260 catch plus seasons, I think. Yeah, and I was thinking about golf there. It took me a while to actually make the pick. I wasn't sure. where I wanted to go exactly. But being that I did have Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson, and there were still some QBs on the board, I felt like I could have waited, and then I was able to get Stafford. But yeah, I would have rather had Jared Goff instead of Stafford without a doubt, bro. Um, Wound up going with A Chain, going to the Bills, and then Tillman to the Cowboys. Take some upside pick in Sky Moore here. These are just kind of upside picks down here. McBride and Darnell Washington, I got auto pick, so I didn't even get to pick those, but not bad. It was a good time. Of course, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna be live every Wednesday. Every Wednesday night, we're doing a rookie draft. Oops. We're doing a rookie draft, and we're doing a startup draft. We'll do it with the landing spot, so we'll have a little bit of fun with it. We can practice with that. But make sure you guys are following on Instagram, Dynasty Life Fantasy. I usually post everything there, so make sure you guys are tuned into that. Post my schedule tomorrow where you can find me. You can find me live 3 nights a week, twice here on my channel. We'll do this on Wednesdays. We'll have another day where we do our just normal weekly show and Q&A. And then we've got Hustlers Network on Thursdays that will be on. So I'll be posting that. Yeah, Catch. Thanks for tuning in, brother. I appreciate you coming in. I got to join one of yours one of these nights. But yeah, I'm gonna do it every week. So we'll stay tuned in. We'll have some fun with these landing spots, talk about it, and take it from there. But all right, guys, I'm about to be out of here. Appreciate all y'all again. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't. Greatly appreciate that. Thanks for hopping in the drafts with me. It's always good to stay in tune with everything, have different people in it, see how different people value things. And other than that, I'll see y'all tomorrow on Hustlers Network. Just stay tuned on Insta, guys. Peace, Marty. Skull, baby.